Okay guys, before you get started with the more complex ideas, let's check the basic foundation of all the modes, the triads, the tonic, third, and fifth. So everything that you learn on the neck, you have to be able to play in 5 positions. So that's the first one for A minor, second one A minor, third, fourth, and the fifth. And then you have the repetition of that. And then you have to know how to play arpeggios over these chords. Right? Second chord. It's always root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, root. Okay. That's the basic A minor, and you have to be sure that you know that. So as you see, you have to feel very comfortable with these shapes for the triads. And now I'm going to play a little bit with the backing track. This backing track you can download in our support website. And I'm going to add some more distortion also. Another way to memorize the triad shapes is playing through each string at a time. So here we go again for A minor. Second string. Third string, fourth string, A string, the E string. I'm going to show a specific phrase that uses this one string concept. Okay, so we're still on A minor. Another one. Okay, and then you have to combine all of them. Try to improvise as much as you can. So over the backing track now. Follow along with the tab, learn the lick first, and then play with the backing track and improvise your own ideas. Let's talk about open triads now. So with the same shapes, the same arpeggios, we're gonna play 1, 3, 5, right? But in different positions in order to have open voicing. So, for instance, for this A minor, you can do it like this. So we have the root, 5th, 3rd, or like this. So you put the root here. 3rd on the bass, the first inversion. Okay, so you have this first inversion and the second inversion when you have the 5th on the bass. In different positions you're going to have this. Or this. See, this is the same. That's the same as this one. The same as this one. Another one here. First inversion. Second inversion. A bit more complicated, but it sounds cool. I like it. I use a lot this. You can find a lot of different ways of playing the same. You can mix all together. That's all A minor. Maybe this open triads sounds a little bit like jazz, but of course you can play that with distortion. Let me show you. After I have the A minor down, of course I have to learn the A major. So again, 5 positions for A major. First position, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then again, octaves. After that, the arpeggios again. combine and connect all of them. Let me show you guys the A major in single strings. B string, G string, D string, A string, E string. Now I have to combine all of them. Now with the backing track. Okay, now the opening voices for A major. Root, fifth, third, first inversion, second inversion. It's a bit hard, but I know you're gonna get it. Different position. So, first inversion, second inversion. First inversion here. Another position. First inversion, second inversion. Let's get a small progression of C major and E minor. So like this you can practice major triads and minor triads at the same time. So I come from this C major, second inversion, first inversion, and C major. And then A minor, the same movement but with the minor triad. So let's have fun, do some music. A very good technique for playing these open voices is the hybrid picking. Picking and using the ring finger and the middle finger, just like that. Because sometimes it's very hard to do this string skipping too fast. You can do it, of course, but it's difficult. So the hybrid picking helps a lot because you can position your fingers just the right string. Okay, let's talk about polychords now. And if you want to improvise with some more sophisticated arpeggios using seventh and ninth, a good way to learn that is combining triads, superpositioning triads. And I'm going to show you the example of A minor, how to get an A minor seventh and A minor ninth only using triads, okay? So A minor triad is A, C, E. If you get the C major triad, you're gonna have C, E, and G, and the D is the seventh for the A minor. All right, so if you play a C major over an A minor chord, you're gonna have the A minor seventh sound. You can do the same with the E minor arpeggio, E, G, and B. The E is gonna be the fifth for the A minor. The G is gonna be the seventh for A minor. And the B is gonna be the ninth for A minor. So if you play E minor arpeggio over the A minor chord, you're gonna have the sound of A minor 7, 9. So that's the whole concept that I use when I improvise. So you can use only arpeggios and triads, open triads and all the basic arpeggios, and you can have the 7th and 9th sound if you want. It's just a matter of combining arpeggio from the root, from the 3rd, and from the 5th. After learning the polychords concept, it's very important to learn as well how to play the arpeggios with 7th and 9th. So let me show a shape that I like to use. So I have the triad here, the 7th, the triad again, and the 7th. And then you can add the 9th here. Okay. You can do also the 5th string, the same. So have the basic triad arpeggio. You add the 7th. And then you add the 9th. After that, of course, you have to learn the 5 positions. So get the other arpeggios like this one, A minor. Check where is the 7th, the G. Here or here. Okay. So let me play with the backing track now, so you guys can hear how it sounds, the A minor 7th 9 arpeggio. After the A minor 7, just move one note, the 3rd, minor 3rd, the major 3rd, and you're going to have the dominant chord. Other position here. Other position. Okay, let's play with the backing track now. After the A dominant, you move the minor 7, half step up, and you're going to have the major 7. With the 9th. Another position here. Let me play with the backing track now. Of the last one now, from the minor arpeggio, you got the 5th and play the diminished 5th, flat 5, and you're gonna have the half diminished arpeggio. That's the chord. Okay, so the arpeggio goes like this: root, 3rd, flat 5. So we have a minor 9th as well here. That's the chord. Another position. with the backing track now. Okay, in this section I'm going to talk about the modes. So I'm assuming now you know about the triads, open triads, polychords with the triads, 7 and 9 arpeggios, and now it's time to combine these arpeggios with the polychord concept. And with that we're going to have the 7 modes combining these arpeggios. So let me show you again the A minor 7th 9. Now, starting another arpeggio with 7th and 9th from the 3rd of this A minor. So it's going to be C major 7th 9. And now another arpeggio starting from the 5th. It's going to be E minor 7th and 9th. I'm using always the same shape, so it's easy to see. So when you combine these 3 arpeggios, you're going to have 7 notes, the 7 notes of the modes. So let me show you here. You have 5 notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? From the C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this note is the 11th for the A minor. When I play the E minor, this note here, the F sharp, is the 13th for the A minor, okay? So like this you have 7 notes. The 5 notes from the A minor, extra note here from the C major, and another extra note here from the E minor arpeggio. So like this I'm playing the Dorian mode here. You can get the same mode if you play the scale like that. Okay, that's the basic shape of the A Dorian mode. With this arpeggio concept, you're going to play in a different way. So it's a different perspective of playing the same scale. Instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're doing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. And let me play with the playback now and show how it sounds. For now, I'm going to show you a lick, a phrase that uses the 3 arpeggios. Okay, start A minor, then the E minor, then the C major, and finish with the A minor here. It goes like this. you change just one note from the E minor arpeggio, you're going to have the Aeolian mode. I'll show you. And here, instead of the major ninth, just the flat ninth. So we have the F here, which gives you the flat 13th. That's the Aeolian mode. So you have the F note here. That's the A minor, the natural scale, right? So the first two arpeggios are the same. Here. All right, so let me play with the playback now. Okay, now a small phrase combining the three arpeggios for the Aeolian mode. We can start from the C major, E minor with the flat 9, and A minor. Faster now. And now with the backing track. Okay, now another minor mode, the Phrygian mode. So the Phrygian mode has the flat 9. The shape goes like this. So we have to change the first arpeggio, and instead of the major 9th, the flat 9. The C major arpeggio is going to have the minor 7. It's going to be a dominant arpeggio. And the E minor arpeggio, it's not an E minor anymore, it's a half the minute. You have to put the B note to B flat. So then you can do the same phrasing. Again, the 9th here. flat 9. So you can practice doing the same phrasing that I just showed. Okay, the same lick, but with Frisian. Or the other one. Okay, slow now. And now let me play with the backing track. So if you like jazz or fusion music, you probably need to learn the melodic minor and harmonic minor scales. So the same concept again, A minor, but now with the major 7th. So you do the same as you did for Dorian, but just change the G for G sharp. And then you're gonna have the melodic minor scale. The C major is gonna be augmented arpeggio. Okay, and here again the G for D sharp. So instead of E minor, you're gonna have a E major. E major dominant. And it sounds really cool when you play like E major dominant over A minor chord. So you can do the same phrasing, like the same same arpeggio sequences. Okay, don't forget to change the major 7 here, the 3rd here, and the 5th here. Okay, let me play with the backing track again and show how it sounds. So now it's time for a harmonic minor. So the first arpeggio is the same with the major 7. C major augmented again. And here comes the difference from the melodic minor. Okay, flat 9. So it gives you the F note. So you're gonna have the F note, then the G sharp, the G sharp that you're gonna find in the E major, in the C augmented, and the A minor of the major 7. So then you have the harmonic minor scale. So you can use again all the same licks, same phrasing. Let me play with the backing track again and show it how it sounds. Major modes now. So major scale, Ionian mode, and first arpeggio. Of course, you have to change the third and put the major third. Now, remember the A major arpeggio, major 7, the 9. Okay, and then from the third we're gonna have a minor chord. Okay, so just remember that minor chord, the third is gonna be a major chord. The major chord, the third is gonna be a minor chord. So A major, C sharp minor, and then here from the fifth, dominant chord. So you're gonna have right, like this. You have the 7 notes of the mode, and you can do again the same phrasing, like. Faster now. Now I'm gonna show how it sounds with the playback. I'm always using octaves in the playback, so it doesn't matter if it's a minor or major chord. Okay, so let's try. So here we go for another mode, the Lydian mode. And from the Ionian, you just move one note and the fourth to the sharp fourth, right? Sharp 11. this note gives you the sound of the Lydian mode. It sounds a little bit like mysterious or mystic. I love to use that mode. So from the same arpeggios, it's just a matter of changing the ninth here in the C minor. Okay, so you're gonna have A major, arpeggio again, and then the C sharp, the C sharp. We have to add the ninth here. And here from the fifth, the E major is not dominant anymore. It's gonna it has to be major 7. So the major 7 here gives you the Lydian sound. So if you play a A major chord and play a E major 7 arpeggio, now you can try the same arpeggio phrasing that we did with the minor chord. So it goes like this. Okay. Now the backing track for the Lydian mode. Okay, the next one now, the Mixolydian mode. I know there's a lot of information here, but you know, for me it was several years to get that, and you know, you don't need to learn that in one day or 1 week. You know, take your time. You study each mode per day or per week or per year. It doesn't matter. You know, think music in long term. You know, many years for understanding how to play all these arpeggios. So, and how to combine them with the pentatonics, with the modes, and playing that in per strings, and doing all these different techniques, the sweep picking, alternate picking, and tapping, all of these informations. I know it's pretty hard, but I know you can get it. So let's go for the Mixolydian mode now. So after learning the Lydian mode and the Ionian mode, the third major mode is a Mixolydian, and it's just one note different from the Ionian mode. So you get the major 7th and you put the minor 7th. So from in the key of A major, from the G sharp, you play a G. So it goes like this, the arpeggio. Okay, that's the G note. Okay. Now, from the third, you're going to have a different chord. You're going to have a half diminished. All right? And from the fifth, you're going to have a minor chord. And here again, the dominant arpeggio. So the basic concept is when you have a major arpeggio, or a major key like Ionia or Legion, you're going to have major from the root, third, minor from the third, and major from the fifth. When you have a dominant, you're going to have a major from the root, half diminished from the third, and a minor from the fifth. When you have a minor chord, it's basic minor chord from the root, major from the third, and minor from the fifth. So try to memorize this basic thing and then go for the seventh and ninth, and then you're going to get all the modes. All right? So again, you can do all the phrasing for the mixolydian. Connecting all the three arpeggios. Okay, and now with the backing track to see how it sounds. Okay, now the last mode of the 7 modes, the Locrian mode. From the minor chord, just move the fifth for the flat fifth. So the A minor, flat fifth here. The arpeggio is going to be like this. All right? And then the third, you're going to have a minor chord. From the fifth, which is a flat fifth, a major chord, major seventh. Okay, always the same arpeggios, right? Minor seventh, major seven, and again the octave. Again, you can practice the same phrasing, just changing the arpeggios. Faster. 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 Now with the backing track, where normally the Locrian mode doesn't sound that cool when you play alone. Normally you find the Locrian mode in a 2-5-1 progression. That's why it's a very important mode to practice. But let's see with the steady chord how it sounds, okay? Backing track. After you learn all these arpeggios, of course, you don't need to play them like that. You can connect them with passing tones or using the notes from the arpeggio as target notes. Let me show you how. So we have the arpeggio like this. You can do. So using passing tones or like. So you get the three notes from the arpeggios. So I start the phrase with the arpeggio note and I finish the phrase with the arpeggio note, and other notes in between are only passing tones. Okay, so let's check with the C major. It would sound like this. The E minor. Or so just connect all the notes with passing tones, chromatic notes. So let me show a lick using this idea. So it goes like this. You start here, the A note. I'm phrasing here, going to the E minor arpeggio, going to the C major arpeggio. Okay, so. Again, faster now. So as you can see, I'm using the A minor arpeggio here with the passing tones. Then I just move to this other position and play the E minor, and then move to this position and play and think about the C major. Actually, I'm using the melodic minor here with the C augmented. And then I finish with the A minor major 7. Okay. Let me show you the playback now. Here you got another phrase using the same arpeggios and passing tones. So I'm using the A minor again, then going to the C major, then the E minor, and finishing here in the A minor. Faster now. Let's see how it sounds with the playback now. Okay, let's try to apply all this knowledge we got now, the modes, the arpeggios, the passing tones, into a very common rock progression. I would suggest E minor, C major. That's a very common chord progression, and normally a rock guitar player would play what? Would play pentatonic. It sounds great. You could play Aeolian mode, natural scale. Natural minor, right? Sounds great. You could play triads. But how could you go beyond that and play something more sophisticated? And the idea here would be using the modes that you know, and the arpeggios and the passing tones. So for instance, for the E minor, you could use the Dorian mode, or the Frisian mode, or the harmonic minor, the melodic minor. For the C major, you could use Mixolydian, Lydian, Ionian, right? So let's take as an example the Dorian mode here. So E minor with the 13th. Okay, remember the arpeggios. It's gonna be E minor, G major 7, and B minor. So with that, you have already the 7 notes of the Dorian mode. When you go to the C major and choose the playing a Mixolydian mode, and you're gonna have C dominant. Remember, from the third of the dominant, you have a half diminished. And then from the fifth, a minor chord. Okay, so now you're gonna find that you have 2 different scales to play. It's gonna be more fun, because now I have, like, for instance, E minor here. When you go to C major, the E minor changes to E half diminished. Or you can play G major when it's playing E minor, and when it changes for C major, the G major turns to be G minor. So what's gonna happen is, like, you're gonna be playing G major arpeggio when you have the chord changes, G minor. So it goes like this. You see, you can hear the harmony changing. So let's play with the playback now and see what we can do with that. That's the leading mode, right? So now I'm gonna take another chord progression that I took from one of my songs, Escaping song. And it goes just like that. It's like E minor, C major as well, right? But then I add B minor and G major. That was the basic idea from the beginning. It's a really standard raw chord progression. So how to get out of that, right? So I was just thinking, why not trying to play a leading mode for every different chord? So you're gonna have E, leading, right? And then the C major, C leading as well. And the B minor turns to B leading. And the G major, G leading. you agree with me that it sounds much more interesting than only. Right? Okay, but then we have a problem. Each chord is a different scale, so we have to practice that, right? So again, you have E Lydian scale, C Lydian scale, B Lydian scale, G Lydian scale. And how to practice that in a way that you're gonna be like soloing with, freely in the whole neck. So one of the exercises that I like to do is playing the tonic of each chord and playing the scale in one string, right? So for instance, the E Lydian would be okay, that's E Lydian. Then the C Lydian. You don't need to play the C note, but it helps to, to hear the notes, to hear the scale. Because here it is an exercise that you don't need to play fast, just to get the notes and hear the sound. Okay, and then now the B Lydian. So take that as an exercise and play like this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other strings as well. G string. Then start feeling like free and playing all over the neck. Like. You see, you can hear the harmony even if you don't have the chords, if you don't have the backing track. It's always very important to play by yourself and hear the harmony in your head, but you don't need to play the chords, right? So just improvise over the scale and think in the harmony just in your head. And then you can use also the arpeggios concept, doing like E major, the Lydian from the third is gonna be D sharp minor, right? And B, major 7. When you change to C major, C major, E minor, G major 7. Then B major, D sharp minor, F sharp major 7. And then the G major Legion, B minor, G major 7. Okay, so we have a lot of arpeggios to combine then, and the scales per string, and now it's just a matter of playing with the backing track and practicing. Okay, it's a bit hard, I know. It takes time, but after that you're prepared to play anything. Let's try with the backing track. Okay, now that we started from rock to fusion, playing a very standard progression for rock and mixed with the different modes, playing the Legion modes, what about taking a very common jazz progression, which is the 2-5-1, and play like a rock guitar player would play? So in this 2-5-1 progression, you can use all the arpeggios that you know already. Right? You can start doing the arpeggios from the 3rd, from the 5th, and also you can start changing the shapes and play more like a rock guitar player would play, with string skipping, for instance. The E minor, so root, 3rd, 7th, root, 5th, 7, and the root here. The A dominant. So I'm playing like 2 notes per string, right? So the root, 3rd, 7th, root, flat 5th, 7th. And then the G major 7, D major 7 with root, 3rd, major 7, root, 5th, major 7. So it would be like this. So then you just improvise over this idea. Create your own patterns for that. You can also add some tapping if you want. For the E minor. Right? So like the G major. So we can play all three arpeggios with tapping, with string skipping. We can play like this arpeggio that we know already with alternate picking or with sweep picking. So like I'm using all the techniques for this 2-5-1 progression. Sounds really jazz, isn't it? So like I really think it's important to get this other kinds of progressions, like 2-5-1 for major chord, 2-5-1 for minor chord. You know, try to get like Charlie Parker or Miles Davis songs, George Benson, you name it, all the jazz artists. You have a lot of very interesting progressions. And if you don't like jazz, if you don't want to play with the clean sound, just get this progression and try to play with all this, you know, shred licks, you know, tapping and distortion and sweep picking, string skipping. Use all that in these harmonies. So, because when you go back to the rock harmonies, go back to the rock progressions, they're gonna sound very, very easy for you. So that, it worked for me. So I think for you guys, of course, it's gonna work as well, because you're gonna be fast with your fingers and your brain is gonna be fast as well. So that's very important. So let's play now with the backing track, the 2-5-1 progression, and see how it sounds. I'm going to show a little variation for this 2-5-1, very common as well. 2, instead of the 5, we use this substitution. The E flat dominant chord, G major 7. And here you can use again the arpeggios. Then this chord here, the dominant, the major third, minor 7, and the D major 7 again. Okay, let's see how it sounds with the playback. Okay, this last section here, I'm assuming you know the triads, open triads, arpeggios, the modes, passing tones, you know, get used to the 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th, all these extensions for the chord. So now it's time to play all these notes together. I mean, playing the chords with all these notes and learning where the notes are and how they sound. So a good exercise for that is playing the C major scale, okay, C major scale, and then the C major chord, we're gonna find the higher note is gonna be the note of the scale. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again, right? There's many different ways of doing that. I'm just showing one of the ways, all right? Like this with the 6th, or with this major 7 like this. So then you have the C on the melody, right? Now the 9th, the D on the melody. Then the 3rd on the melody. Can do like this as well. Having the 3rd octave, doubling the 3rd or 5th. Now the 4th, the F. Can do like this with majors as well. D on the melody. Can be like this also. 13th now. The 7th here. Major 7th. Octaves. And keep going. Try to find your own way of doing this chord. Okay? After the C major scale, of course, you have to practice the other modes. So we have the leading mode, which is almost the same. You just change the F to F sharp. So now you have the leading mode. All the chords are the same. That's very, very important to know because you can hear the notes in the interval. Now the dominant scale as well, minor 7. So the chord has to have the minor 7. Okay? C dominant chord. Now the scale and the melody. Okay, and that goes also for the minor chords. Dorian. The Dorian is just like the Mixolydian mode, but with the minor third. So you have to play a minor chord here, the minor third, 7th, minor. Okay, so the melody, C, D, E flat, minor third, 4th, 5th, the Dorian mode, 13th, the Aeolian mode would be here, flat 13th, that's the only difference. Okay, and then the Locrian mode as well, right? Flat 5. Flat 5 again. That's a little bit more complicated, but I know you can get it, you know. Slowly. Choose one scale per day and just work on that. And after that you can get like the 2-5-1 progression, for instance, and play with this. Play the melody, play this concept with that. Okay, see? E minor, the Dorian scale, and then A dominant, G major, Lydian. So that's the way of, you know, playing by your own, you know, doing a real solo guitar with no drums, no bass, nobody doing the harmony. It's only you. You can do the harmony, you can do the bass, you can do the melody. You know, if you study that really hard, you can do whatever you want. You can play any song alone, the real solo thing. So let's get this chord melody concept and put that into the 2-5-1 progression, all right? So we have the E minor, A dominant, G major 7. So you could do it like this. E minor, E minor Dorian, right? With the 13th. So just the same scale that we did with the C minor. And then A dominant. Okay, and then G major 7. Okay, I'm playing the G major Lydian. Just using the same shapes I just showed the C major, so just like one step up and Remember, you can even mix the open triads. I just did that. Now for this last section, I'm gonna get the escaping chord progression. Remember the E Lydian, C Lydian, B Lydian, and G Lydian. So now let's practice our chord melody into this progression. So E, okay, the E Lydian, then the C Lydian, B Lydian, G Lydian. It's really fun trying to find your own chords as well, you know. So then you can mix all together.